Okay, so a bit of a quick explanation of what this all is. As I'm recording this, it's 2:14, which gives me about 3 hours until this is done. So I gave myself 24 hours to complete this from start to finish. It's terrible. I have no idea why I did this, but it's for the sake of the challenge, so I did it. Or at least I'm trying to do it. I still have 3 hours left, and I still have the entire video to edit, and it's a lot, and I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. But I hope I can do it. I told myself I'm just gonna post when this is done, so let's just go. In 1518, a young Spanish man named Alexander Miaget was walking in the streets of what is now modern-day France, just in time to radically change the history of Earth culture as we know it. See, Alexander was in town just in time to witness the now well-known dancing plague, more commonly known as Saturday Night Fever. Alexander, as a doctor himself, rushed over to help. An excerpt from one of his books reads, "I didn't bother trying to help. Of course, everyone knew I was a doctor, but I was fascinated by a particular case. In her convulsions, one of the women in the town square was hitting me in order. It was so fascinating to me that I barely registered their pleas for my doctoral help, and instead tried to replicate what the woman was doing with my own hands." End quote. A local came up to him hours after the dancing plague had left, and was fascinated by the rhythms he was producing. When asked what this was called, Alexander figured that he should be the one to take all of the credit for this discovery, and attempted to name the phenomenon after his family name. However, earlier in the night, one of the women had hit his face with her elbow at full force after arguing with the doctor who refused to help, which prevented Alexander from speaking properly due to the swollen jaw. He told the local that it was something called milvif, and the rest is history. He was later quoted as saying, "The fame was definitely worth it, but the swollen jaw wasn't. It still hurts. Al, please help." Music started to become popular in groups, and the drumming phenomenon started to take the world by storm. However, avid music enjoyers may notice that while rhythm had become popular, there seemed to be no melodic instruments. For that, we have to travel to the other side of the world. To put it very shortly, the Silk Road was a trade route and very important method of sharing culture and information between people of Asia and Europe. Notably for a history lesson, sometime in the 17th century, the owner of a silk plantation had traded a collection of silk for something called rhythm. Producer's note: this was about the time where my writing was interrupted, as I had to go to a store at about 1 p.m. While he found it fascinating, he wasn't exactly sure what to do with it other than keep it on the shelf and save it for later. However, he finally realized what he could do with this rhythm after accidentally dropping 2 of his buckets off of a nearby cliff. Some people say that as they hit the ground, they made 2 sounds which we now identify as C and F sharp. Producer's note: getting to the place is taking a while. It's 2:45 p.m. I got car sick and stopped writing for a bit, but I'm writing anyway. Now, after hearing this harmonious and life-changing interval, the man, allegedly, tied the rest of his buckets to twine and threw them off of the cliff, experimenting with the different sounds that the buckets made when hitting the ground. These experiments formed the basis of what we now call harmony. To this day, most church organs are actually run by dropping buckets that weigh a certain measured amount, which resonate in the pipes and produce noise. Go check one out. It'll be fun, and you can even climb in the tubes if they let you. Just don't become blind in your ears.
I made it to the store. It's like 3 o'clock now, but I don't know. What can you do? A kind of cool deli though. That's neat.
I should probably explain where I am. I'm at this cool place. It's called H Mart, and it's like this kind of like the East Asia kind of stuff, like Chinese, Japanese, Korean. It's pretty neat. It has all of the prime things you need for some traditional Asian American food, like frozen pizza and blue takis. What? This is real? Huh. I had no idea. I've been trying to find this thing that I saw when I was here the last time. I'm trying to find it because it was really funny. It was this like toy guitar thing, but I have no idea where it is. It's not in this like little tiny aisle. So I have really no idea where it is. It was funny though, trust me. It's Baby Shark merchandise. These are real? Why? Is this Baby Shark? It's neat. Whatever.
Now, an important part of how music is transmitted over time is the invention of the first instrument that could record and play back recordings. While the first thing to record a sound is the phonograph, the first thing to play a sound to somebody else has its basis in the telephone. When Alexander Graham Bell made the first telephone call and said the historic words, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." What history did not record, however, was the inspiration for the phonograph, when his assistant, Thomas Watson, played his sick recorder jam to Those I've Owned on the other end. This beautiful music was the basis of the idea that became the phonograph. It was around this point in writing at 4:45 p.m. that I had left H Mart and was going home. Goodbye, Prince, we hardly knew ye. From there, the phonograph led to extra implements in so-called audio beaming technology, and the technology helped music to take the world by storm as hard as it did back in the 1500s. Every format for audio playback became increasingly smaller and smaller, until now, where you don't have to hold a thing in your pockets, except for all the things you need to play the music, which I guess is something. Record players, cassette tapes, Walkmans, CDs, strings in a cup. The world really had it all. Now we have, like, streaming, or whatever, and I guess that's cool too. I really still need to do a video about all those cassette tapes I found once, including whatever this one is. Oh, maybe I should. Oh no. And now, trying a drink for the first time. It's related to the video because it's related to the production, trust me, I swear. Please keep watching.
So it's 6:37, and while I was at the H Mart, I bought this, and I'm interested in it, so I'm gonna, yeah. So how do I do this? Remove the seal from the top. Well, detach the plunger from the center of the cap. Place the plunger on top of the bottle. Press down firmly with the base of your palm to release the marble. So do I just... Oh, I remove it. I see. So, do I just... Should I do it with the other hand? Oh my god. Why is this so hard? Is something in the instructions about that? Oh jeez. There. Huh. Interesting. Have fun drinking lemonade. Okay. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's pretty good. not even that much of a carbonation person, but I like it. This has been the section where I play Snail's House. Thank you for joining me.
After hundreds of years, the history of music finally peaked with the Domino's Pizza Hatsune Miku collab, and has been falling into a recession ever since. Today, we are very close to the final stage of our recession, listening to white noise on loop. I hope with this comprehensive history lesson of all of music that you too can become music. It's a very tough metamorphosis, but I'm sure that you can do it. Trust me, I believe in you. So it's 10:12, we're about 13 hours in. I'm staring at a blank fire alpaca canvas, and I have no idea what to do. Because I want to do, it's all fun and games until the commentator's animated YouTube original character crosses their arms. Yeah, I have to, don't I? I have to. But at the same time, I don't know what the hell to draw. I found one of those memes of commentary channel with animated character starter pack, and I'm legitimately going to use that because I don't know, I'm too far gone at this point.